There's a nice one. Oh, I crushed that Magdraft right on that grass line. I mean, when they eat this thing, you know it. I mean, it sends a shockwave all the way up that rod. 7.5 foot destroyer, Valdivia. Oh yeah, load them right in the boat. Awesome, awesome combination. Crushed it, really cool. And they get hooked there a lot too with the 6-inch Magdraft. That treble hook hangs on that magnet of the belly of this bait. And a lot of times it'll hook them just right behind the bottom jaw. And that's a really good place to hook them. If you're not hooking them up here, you know, with the jig-headed spark shad, the second best place to hook them is right here behind that bottom jaw. You know, whenever I've got this 6-inch Magdraft in my hand, I always want to target the most obvious points in the lake. Obvious points with the most obvious structure, cover, whatever it might be. This is a lay down here, nice slow tapering point, the wind's whipping around it. It's a real high percentage area, and I know that there are other fishermen on this lake and they may come through here with a spinnerbait or crankbait or jig or something like that, but I know a lot of guys don't throw bigger swim baits on real obvious cover just like this. I'm just gonna cast there at the end of that lay down and just slow swim it out of there. It's a nice shade pocket. It's a real nice high percentage area. The beautiful thing about a 6-inch Magdraft is its head movement. Not only does the tail move, but the head moves with it, and that's huge. I've been a swim bait guy for a long time. I've seen a lot of different swim baits, but there's two important factors when swim bait fishing or selecting a swim bait. One is balance, and two is detail. Those two things, if you've got a swim bait that's got balance to where when you kill it, it stays upright, belly down, back up, and detail. If a fish, there's one, smoked it. Yep. Any predatory fish, the Magdraft, again, with that head movement, it's super balanced. It's got the magnet in the belly, so when you kill it, it kind of stays belly down, back up, and detail. A lot of times when swim bait fishing, these toothy guys, largemouth, smallmouth, they'll follow a swim bait because they don't see a lot of big forage like that. So they follow it, they see the realistic fins, the eyeballs, and the balance, and they commit. When that fish bites, you set the hook and you fight him back to the boat. The treble hook separates from the body, and it's just a harness that holds the two. That way the fish could jump and roll and twist, and that treble hook stays buried, and it can rotate. It's got a swivel in between. It rotates, it can spin all the way around, and that treble hook stays pegged the whole time. 15, 20, 25 fish on one bait, no problem. So what I do is after I catch a fish, I just grab that treble hook, put it right back in there. And why is it called a Magdraft? Because it's got a magnet in the belly and it helps hold that hook straight to the belly. You know, the thing that sets a Magdraft apart from the rest of them is it's got these pectoral fins on the side that help it keel up. So when I'm, giving that nice, slow swim bait retrieve and that treble hook's along the bottom there, those pectoral fins help raise the bait up, in and around that cover. I could control that bait and I could fish it in the middle of the water column around that cover, much like a real light spinner bait or something like that, Some of the other swim baits with top hooks and lead in the belly, you can't control it as much because when you kill it, the lead will want to, bring it down into the cover and bogging it down into the cover. If I feel grass or rock, I'll just give it a nice little pop. And if I'm not hung up, I'm in business.